I'm Dave. I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Uh, Rick and I are up here on the top of one of the Red Mountain knobs and in a community that we're developing called Red Mountain Cove. And it's absolutely beautiful. If you look off in the distance, you'll see Laurel Mountain on the north side of Reagan Valley, and we're on one of the Red Mountain knobs on the south side. And we happen to be on one of the home sites. There are three of these that look off in the distance to the east, to the north, and to the west with just absolutely spectacular views and privacy. When we did this community, we were very fortunate to find a family that was really very much interested in doing what we are doing, and they're very supportive of this community. We put in city water to every home site. We have underground power. We have high-speed internet, of course, phones, and we're approved. Each of these sites is approved by the health department for cabins or for homes, and it's really quite nice. One of the advantages of living here is that it's a very peaceful place. You might hear a car go by every 20-30 minutes on the road. That's about all of the traffic that we have. It's a gorgeous place. We're 10 minutes from the Walmart. We're 7 minutes to Tellico Plains, where there's these fantastic things like bakeries and restaurants that are just tremendous. This community is all about privacy for people that want to build a home, either for a mountain getaway for the summer, or if they want to come and live here in a retirement community where they have low maintenance fees. Matter of fact, almost no maintenance fees, since we pave the roads with chip and tar, which is sort of country paving. And it's a real pretty place. You know, I actually live, if Rick could go back over to that big mountain off to the west, I live about halfway down that mountain looking south, where we're on the south part of the valley looking north. So, very pretty place. And we really enjoy it here. I mean, we've lived here 13 years, and it's a gorgeous place to live. Our family is all around here, and we get to know everybody in the town, and it's sort of a fun place for us to gather with our friends, and we'll count you as one of our friends when you get here. We're actually on one of the smaller parcels that's 3.7 acres, but every one of the home sites is actually designed to be on the top of a knoll, private from every one of the other home sites adjacent to it. And we have three parcels like this one. This one's 3+ acres, the next one over is 4, and there's one right in behind it that's 5. And it's absolutely beautiful, and it's one of the most private places a person could build a home. If you actually look off in the distance, you'll see Laurel Mountain, and we purposefully left a lot of the trees up here on the home site so that the owner can actually select which of the trees they'd like to take down. But they're mature sycamores and oaks and maples over there that look down into the pasture. We're standing actually in a pasture for one of the home sites that's sold that has a small pond on it. And if you look, as Rick scans in to the north, you'll actually see the entrance to Red Mountain Cove with a pasture in the background that's available on one of the home sites just to the east of us. And it's actually a very pretty place. It's very private. We put all the driveways back inside and made all the lots back loaded, so they're really not on the road. There's only one entrance into the 11 home sites here in this particular community.
How many of those 11 home sites would you consider pastoral versus wooded?
There's 3 of them that still remain that have pasture available. The others are heavily wooded and are primarily just building sites with mountain views, with big mountain views. And they're all distinctively different. There isn't one of them that's the same as the other, so when you are picking out a home site, it actually comes down to your lifestyle. If you want a place where you just want to come up for the weekend from Atlanta or from Florida or from Ohio and just kick back for a week or so on a vacation home, you can do that. Or if you want to live here in a retirement community and just enjoy the quiet in the mountains. As a matter of fact, this morning Rick and I actually saw some deer in the pasture down there when we were driving in. So.
I'm just going to go ahead and pan around, so I don't know that the audio will still come in here, just so people can see what I'm seeing from a 360 here. There's the pond on the left, and now you can see the road splits there, Dave. To the left, how many lots are up there?
There's 3 home sites remaining there.
Okay, and that's one of the lots we just left.
Yeah.
And then this road here that's kind of going up into the cove, I guess you'd call it.
Yes.
There's a home site up there too, or how many?
There's 3 home sites there, and they're all on the top of the mountain.
Oh, wow. That must be gorgeous views. And then I'm just continuing around here on this lot, and there's another road here. Where does that go?
Those are all home sites, and they've all sold.
Okay.
Including this one. This happens to be sold.
The one we're standing on.
Yes.
Okay. And then so this is called Red Mountain Cove.
Correct. And we have another one just to the west of us, and we'll be there next, and that's actually Red Mountain Farm. Hey, this is Dave again. We're actually on the largest parcel that we have. It's 25 acres, and it happens to be what I call the king of the mountain property. It's spectacular. It's on almost the top of one of the red knobs, facing Laurel Mountain, and the views here are just awesome. It's one of the most attractive parcels that I've ever been on. I actually live across the road from this one, and I wish I could have this as my home site, but I can't have them all. You can look to the west, and there's a little country church down there called Piney Grove. And back to the east on Reagan Valley, it's quite pretty. So you have, if you want to do a solar home, here's the place to do a solar home, where all of the sun is at your back. On the south side, you're facing north, so your porch would always be in the shade. And for the summer days when the ceiling fans are on and the breezes are blowing, it's one of the most spectacular places that you could be.
How big is this lot, Dave?
This is 25 acres. There actually are some smaller parcels on the front that could be assembled with this, so it could probably go up to 35 acres total.
So if you're selling this as a 25-acre parcel, how big are the other lots that you have down there?
The ones in the front are about 3 acres or 4 acres apiece.
Okay.
And there's 3 of those.
Oh.
And there's one actually down there in the front that's about 4 acres that has a pond on it. It's quite attractive. It actually was a retention pond for the water runoff, and it's now got fish in it. It's got cattails and willows, all that grew here naturally.
Oh, neat.
The birds and wildlife just sort of took over, and it's quite pretty.
So how many lots do you have here for sale at Red Mountain Farm?
We have 6 home sites available. We have one parcel that's pretty close to 8 or 9 acres, and it's actually got a southern view through what's called the Notch of the Appalachian Mountains in a range way different than this range right here, which happens to be Red Mountain, the Red Mountain chain, and on that side the Laurel Mountain. But anyway, you can look further south over towards Star Mountain, which is another pretty mountain to the southwest of here. But this happens to be August. It's noon, and the temperatures are probably around 70, 75 degrees.